And he said, hold on, I'm going to go help that lady in that car. And he joins us right now from one of the areas around Atlanta. Bob, you last, there was a lady in that white car behind you, and we could hear her screaming her head off during your live shot. And eventually you said, I've called 911, but the water was rising, and you had to do something. So pick up the story.
Steve, I know that we're swamped here with all the 911 calls because there's so many high water rescues that we've already documented so far, and called 911 in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and you could hear her screaming, right? You could hear it during my live shot real loud, and that's her car right there. Windshield wipers are still on. So I just said, you know what? I realize I'm with you guys, I'm on the air, but I can't let it go. So I just... I dropped everything, and I took my wallet out of my pants, and I went in there, waded in, about chest deep. Yeah.
That's the type of guy Bob Van Dillen is. I've known Bob for probably 15 years. So don't be humble, my friend. I was not surprised at all when you took off your gear and on live television said, I've got to go do something.
Janice, you know how it is, and I was concerned at one that maybe there was a nice swift current, but the current really wasn't that bad. But the water temperature I was afraid with too. The water temperature is probably about 80, so all those things were working pretty nicely. Now that being said, the water came up to about my chest, and she was in there, and she was still strapped into her car, and the water was actually rising and getting up into the car itself. So she was about, almost neck deep submerged in her own car.
If you hadn't done that,
she's on her phone with her husband.
What would have happened had you not gone in there? She would have drowned.
Well, it looks like it hasn't gotten that much. Yeah, I don't know. I told her, okay, undo your seatbelt, and she undid her seatbelt, and I said, let me have your phone, let me have your bags, and then put on my back, and then we walked in. So she's short, she's probably about this tall. So I put her on my back and just brought in. She's fine. She was in shock. She was cold, shivering, so I gave her one of my shirts, and she was in our car just warming up. About 10 minutes later, the fire department came, saw that we were okay, and they went on to the next rescue, wherever they're going. But her husband just picked her up about 5 minutes ago.
That's right.
You're
Bob,
amazing.
Yeah, there they are.
Bob, a heroic act, but you're never supposed to do any of that stuff. Is your wife watching you right now on TV? Because you've got a lot of explaining to do.
You know what? I texted her. I said, "Let's just keep this under wraps." She doesn't know what happened or anything.
I'm going to text her right now.
Don't tell her. You guys.
Allie,
no, Janice, come on. You know her. Don't tell.
I'm going to tell her.
That's good.
Everyone now knows.
When I go home, she's going to lose her shoe in my butt when she finds out.
We love you so much, Bob. Thank you for doing such great work.
That's right. And thanks for actually saving that lady and crossing that police tape that is behind you. That means don't cross, but you did it anyway, and it was your good deed for the day. Thank you, Bob.
We love you.
That's it.